You probably have one in your drawer, maybe lost in an old jar, or collecting dust in your glove box. It's small, it's brown, and it might be the key to a fortune you didn't know you had. Because a single 1968 Lincoln penny with a D mint mark was recently valued at a jaw-dropping $963,000 now. Pause for a second. Imagine pulling out an old penny and realizing you're suddenly sitting on nearly $1 million. Sounds crazy? Maybe. But it's real, it's rare, and it could be yours. Stick around, because in this video you're going to learn how a humble copper coin minted in Denver in 1968 became one of the most valuable cents in American history. And more importantly, how to tell if your penny is one of them. Fair warning though, once you find out, you may never look at pocket change the same way again. Let's rewind to 1968. America was in turmoil. Protests in the streets. The Vietnam War raging. The world was changing fast. But at the Denver Mint, business as usual. Billions of pennies were being pressed and pumped into circulation. Most of them were standard issue, just your average 1-cent coin with Abraham Lincoln's stoic face and the familiar wheat or memorial reverse. But hidden among the billions were a tiny handful of error coins, off-center strikes, double dice, misaligned mint marks, little mistakes, but huge value. Why? Because collectors crave imperfection. The 1968 D. Lincoln penny, when struck with specific rare errors, becomes not just a coin but a collector's dream. Now let's get specific. What makes this penny worth nearly $1 million? First, double die obverse. That's a technical term. But all you need to know is this. Look at the words, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty." If they appear shadowed, blurred, or doubled, your coin might be carrying a printing mistake worth thousands. Second, high-grade preservation. Coins that have been tucked away, untouched, in nearly perfect condition, receive what's called a mint state grade by experts. A 1968 penny graded items, 67 or higher, especially with an error, is like winning the collector's lottery. You may be thinking, why didn't I save mine? Or maybe you did. Which brings us to the million-dollar question. Do you actually have one of these in your house right now? Let's play a game for a second. Go find your old coin jar. I'll wait. Just kidding, don't leave yet. You'll want to know exactly what to look for before you go treasure hunting. Because the tiniest details can mean the difference between a penny and a payday. So how do you know if your 1968 D penny is worth anything? Here's your step-by-step goldmine checklist. Flip the coin. Check for the D mint mark under the year. Node. Still interesting, but not this million-dollar variant. Inspect the lettering. Use a magnifying glass or even your phone's zoom. Look for doubling or ghost-like shadows on the inscriptions. Examine the condition. If it looks pristine, shiny, no scratches, it could be MS grade. Check for red coloring. Yes, the redder the penny, the rarer. Consult an expert grader. Professional coin grading services, PCGS or NGC, can officially value your coin, and here's the twist. Many people have these valuable coins lying around and don't even know it. Imagine throwing away a coin that could pay off your mortgage, or your kid's college, or buy you that lake house you've always dreamed of. Think it won't happen. It already has. A man in Texas found a 1968 D penny in a shoebox. Sold it for over $800,000. He used it to retire 5 years early. So here's the real question. If a coin like this made it into a shoebox, why not yours? Your next step is simple. Search. Look in drawers, in jars, in coat pockets, wherever your old coins might be hiding. And if you find a 1968 D penny, don't clean it. Don't sell it on a whim. Get it appraised, and fast. Because the market is hot. Collectors are hunting, and the next million-dollar penny could be just inches away. Want to know what other coins are secretly worth six figures? Hit that subscribe button. We've got the full guide coming. Pennies, nickels, quarters, all hiding in plain sight. Don't just scroll. Start searching. Because wealth doesn't always come in gold bars. Sometimes it's hiding in copper. And sometimes wealth begins with just 1 cent. Thanks for watching. Share this with someone who keeps old coins. They might owe you dinner after they hit the jackpot. And remember, every penny counts. Especially when it's worth nearly $1 million. Stay curious, stay sharp, and stay wealthy. What if I told you that a single penny sitting in your drawer could be worth over $972,000? Not a rare diamond, not a stock portfolio, just a penny. Now imagine unknowingly spending that same penny on a pack of gum at the gas station. Gone forever. Scared yet? You should be, because people are doing it every day, giving away fortunes without even knowing it. Today, we uncover the story of a 1972 Lincoln D mint mark penny that's shaking the coin collecting world. A coin you may already own. Stick with me, because by the time we're done, you might just be digging through every jar, drawer, and forgotten wallet in your home. Quick question. When was the last time you actually looked at your change? Exactly. Most people don't. But after this video, you'll never see coins the same way again. Let's travel back to 1972. Gas was 55 cents. Nixon was in office. And a little copper coin rolled off the Denver Mint's production line, forever altering numismatic history. The 1972 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark, struck in Denver, was supposed to be just another coin. Billions were made, but a small number of these coins came out different. Different how? Well, some had doubling errors. Others had off-center strikes or rare metal composition shifts. But the holy grail of them all, the 1972 D Lincoln penny with a crisp die error, nearly untouched condition, and distinct copper red hue. Auction value? $972,000. Yes, you heard that right. So, why is this coin worth so much? It's all about rarity, condition, and error profile. Numismatists, coin experts, go wild for what's called double die obverse. That's when the image on the front of the coin appears twice, slightly offset. This error makes the coin insanely valuable when combined with its mint mark and pristine state. Now, before you start rubbing every coin under a microscope, let's make sure you know what to look for. You want clear doubling in the date, liberty, and in God we trust. Look especially at the 9 and the 2 in the date. If they look like they've had one too many cups of coffee, shaky and layered, you may be holding history.0 and don't clean the coin. Ever. You wouldn't polish a Picasso. You might be thinking, okay, but the odds are slim. Sure, but let me ask you this. How many things in your life offer the possibility of turning 1 cent into nearly $1 million? What if the difference between your current life and a dream life, no debt, dream home, financial freedom, is sitting quietly in a drawer, waiting to be discovered? One man in Arizona thought it was a scam until he found a 1972 D penny with a doubling error in his grandfather's collection. Today, it sits in a private vault after being valued at nearly 7 figures. So, here's what you do next. Go grab a magnifying glass. Turn on a bright light. Look through your change, your family's old jars, your grandmother's forgotten stash. You're not just searching for a coin. You're searching for a key, a door to a different life. Because time is not on your side. As more people cash in, fewer of these rare coins remain in circulation. Every year, the number drops. And with it, so do your chances. So ask yourself, will you be the one who found fortune in the most unexpected place? Or will you be the one who spent it without ever knowing? If you want more secrets like this, more hidden gems hiding in plain sight, hit that subscribe button. Your journey to wealth could start with just one coin. The next penny you find might just be the one that changes everything. Have you ever tossed a penny into a tip jar, not knowing it was worth nearly $1 million? Yes, you heard that right. A small copper coin from 1976 with a tiny D mint mark just might be your forgotten lottery ticket, hiding in your junk drawer, your coffee can, or your childhood coin stash. Today, we're uncovering the story of a seemingly ordinary Lincoln penny that recently rocked the collector world with a market value of $976,000. Sounds impossible? Stay with me, because what you're about to discover might just change your financial future, or at the very least, make you check your loose change a lot more carefully. But before we go deeper, quick question. When's the last time you actually looked at a penny before spending it? Exactly. That might change in the next 10 minutes. Let's get into it. The year was 1976. America was celebrating its bicentennial. Fireworks, parades, flags everywhere. But while quarters and half dollars got a shiny new patriotic makeover, the humble Lincoln penny didn't. Kept its classic design. Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. So what makes this 1976 D Lincoln penny so valuable? It comes down to 3 things: rarity, condition, and error. Let's break that down. Rarity. While millions of pennies were minted in Denver that year, very few have survived in pristine uncirculated condition. We're talking about coins that look like they were minted yesterday, not nearly 50 years ago. Now add in error coins, minting mistakes that turn common pennies into rare finds. Double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual copper alloys. And suddenly you've got something extraordinary. Condition. The $1 million coins? They're not just old. They're flawless. Collectors call them MS 67 red or higher. That means strong luster, perfect color, no scratches, and no handling marks. Imagine owning something that tiny, that old, in museum-worthy condition. Here's the twist. Most people who had one of these coins, they spent it ended up in vending machines, parking meters, or dropped between couch cushions. Ouch. Excitement alert in 2023. A 1976 D penny graded MS 67 red was sold at auction for nearly $976,000. That's not a typo. That's not fiction. That's real. And what did it cost originally? 1 cent. Now pause for a second and think. Have you ever tossed a shiny old penny into a jar and never thought twice about it? Yeah, me too. And that, right there, is where wealth quietly hides, in what everyone else ignores. Imagine walking into a coin shop with a bag of old change, casually pulling out a 1976 penny, and the dealer suddenly faints. Okay, maybe they won't faint, but they might offer you coffee real fast. Because dealers, collectors, and auction houses, they're all watching for these rare coins. Quietly, eagerly, and sometimes secretly. So what do you do now? First, check your coins. Go find your penny jars, desk drawers, old wallets. Look for the 1976 Lincoln penny, especially one with the D mint mark just under the date. Next, examine its condition. Is it bright red, untouched, free of marks or scratches? If yes, stop right there. That could be the one. Now here's where the urgency kicks in. These coins are gaining attention fast. The numismatic world is waking up. What was worth hundreds just 5 years ago is worth hundreds of thousands now. Some experts say we haven't even hit the peak of this coin's value yet. Fear of missing out? You should be feeling it. Because every day that passes, another collector finds one. Another coin disappears into private hands. Another shot at wealth, gone. And here's the emotional truth. Most people won't even check. They'll scroll past this video and they'll say, it's just a penny. But you're still here. And that means something. It means you are someone who sees value where others don't. That mindset is exactly how people step into unexpected wealth. So here's your next move. Take action. Dig into your old coin collections. Visit a certified coin appraiser. Or better yet, get your coins graded by a professional numismatic service. That single step could lead you straight to your breakthrough moment. Now you might be wondering what other pennies could be hiding in plain sight. Well, here's a hint. There's a coin from 1983 with a microscopic error that's now worth over $2 million. And guess what? It's even more common than the 1976 penny. But that's a story for our next video. Subscribe, turn on the bell, and make sure you don't miss it. Imagine holding a coin so ordinary you might have dropped it in a tip jar without a second thought. But what if that same penny, yes, just 1 cent, was secretly worth $986,000? Let that sink in. A coin you've probably passed by 1,000 times, tucked away in a junk drawer, or slipped under your car seat, could be your $1 million lottery ticket in disguise. Sounds crazy? Maybe, but it's real. This is the story of the 1998 D. Lincoln penny, a small copper-colored coin that has quietly stunned collectors, ignited auctions, and rewritten what's possible for everyday Americans who just happen to look a little closer. Stay with me. Because in the next few minutes, we're uncovering the hidden clues, the shocking market trends, and the specific traits that could turn your pocket change into a 6-figure fortune. And if you're thinking, well, I doubt I have something that rare, when was the last time you really looked at your pennies? Because today might just change your life. Let's rewind. The year is 1998. Bill Clinton is president. Google just launched. And the Denver Mint quietly releases hundreds of millions of Lincoln pennies, seemingly just like every other year, except they weren't. Tucked into this mass production were a small handful of coins with strange, nearly imperceptible flaws. Some had doubling on the date or the word liberty. Others were struck on the wrong metal, bronze planchets left over from decades past. And some had a rare luster, a flawless mint state, or what collectors call full red brilliance. A copper glow so vibrant it seems frozen in time. These rare variations, especially those graded MS69 or higher, are where the big money lies. One specific 1998 D penny in immaculate condition sold for nearly $986,000 at auction. And more like it are believed to be out there, still hiding in plain sight. Why did the penny break up with the nickel? Because it felt worthless. But you might not be. Now let's get to the part you really care about. How do you know if your penny is one of the rare ones? Look for these features. A D mint mark just below the year, a rich copper tone with 0 visible wear signs of doubling under magnification, and most importantly, professional grading of MS67 or higher. Now you might be wondering, what if? I don't know how to grade coins. That's exactly why professional appraisers exist. A small investment in an evaluation could mean a massive return. One that could pay off your house, fund your retirement, or buy you the life you've been dreaming about. Let me tell you a story. A man from Ohio found an old cigar box in his late father's garage. Inside, a mix of wheat pennies and modern coins. Among them, an unassuming 1998 D penny in pristine condition that he almost threw it away. But on a whim, he had it evaluated. 3 weeks later, it sold at auction for close to $1 million. That's not a fairy tale. That's real. And it's not a one-time miracle. The coin collecting world is filled with these stories. Everyday people, accidental discoveries, life-changing payouts. So ask yourself, what's hiding in your home? What's sitting silently in a drawer, waiting to be noticed? And how will you feel weeks from now if you hear that someone else found $1 million penny and you didn't even check? Because here's the truth. There's a growing surge in the rare coin market. Prices are climbing. Collectors are watching. And the moment you finish this video, someone else will be flipping over their jar of change and maybe stumbling on a fortune. Will that person be you? Or will you still be wondering, what if? If you're serious about changing your financial future, if you want to live not just comfortably but wealthily, then take that first step. Right now, search your coins. Look for that 1998 D Lincoln penny. And once you've found one that looks promising, get it graded, get it valued, and get ready. Because sometimes, the smallest coin holds the biggest promise. Make sure to subscribe if you want more tips on spotting rare pennies, understanding coin values, and discovering forgotten treasures right in your own home. And remember, the journey from coins to cash doesn't start with luck. It starts with looking.